Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video, we're getting right up to the holiday season, and so I am finally, I know you guys have mentioned 2 or 3 times, I've showed my beaded ornaments, and people said, are you ever going to show us how to make it? Well, yes, because I finally got another one. See, I have a subscription from Mary Maxim. I can put a link. I don't have any sort of a connection there, but I'll show you where I get them. Every month, I get a new ornament. See this one? This one is for this month. It just came. Super cool. I love them. They remind me of the old kind of beaded Christmas ornaments. They're kind of a little bit extra, I guess you would say. But I love them, and I'm going to show you guys, hang on a second, because I'm going to show you my little tree. But first of all, I get just the supplies. Everything comes in the box. I'll show you all the contents when I have the camera pointing down on the table so you can see. But everything comes so that you can get that ornament, the ball, the beads, everything, even the pens. But you will need some glue. Now, they tell you that after the whole thing is made, they want you to pull the beads out one by one and put a little glue on them and stick them. I glue them as I go. So I've got a good glue. This one is called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. Any kind of glue, Elmer's, it doesn't matter, because when the pin sticks in the styrofoam, it's going to stick. And a little container, because I like to pour some glue in a little container and then dip the pins. And this is actually one of the little silicone molds that came with my my Simply Earth Essential Oils one month to make the little melty, fall melty things that you melt in a little warmer. It's kind of cool. Make your own like wax melts. Anyway, I am going to do another unboxing. I know I'm behind on that. I literally have 2 boxes over there that I have not even opened yet, and I just got notice that the 3rd one's on the way. So my next video is going to be an unboxing. Anyway, so I'm going to use this little silicone thing. That way if the glue dries, I can just pop it out. And the only other thing is a glue gun. You'll need a glue gun because the big bead, like the big bead there, you have to glue that on. And they just want you to use glue, but I prefer hot glue gun. I think I do a little bit more because I hot glue gun those things on. The ribbons that go around the side, I also glue those on because I want these to be around for a long time. So hold on, and I'm going to take you over here, and I'm going to show you my tree. It's really cool. I ordered this little ornament spinny tree, and I think it's fun. And also on the tree are other little beaded ornaments that I'll show you that I have little sets. Those are just from Joann's, so hang on a sec. So here is my little tree, and you can see all the ornaments hang on it, and it's got a little where you can, there's the switch, and see, it can sit and spin. So actually what I have is I've got like a little miniature Christmas tree skirt that goes around this. And this is on my dining room table as like a centerpiece. But you could put all these on a tree if you want. I gotta reorganize my little arms on there. And this tree will actually hold 12. I'll put a link for it in my Amazon affiliate little shop. Because it's kind of cool. If you've got any collector ornaments or something, it's kind of a neat way to display them. So, I'm going to show you the little ones. Let me turn it off. There we go. So these little ornaments, I don't know if you can see. Let me take this off so that I can hold it up there and you can see it better. So these little ones like that, those are just a kit. Now you can order those off Mary Maxim also. And like I said, I'll put the link to the Mary Maxim store catalog, I guess, in the description of this video. But these are usually just little sets, and I have this one now that I have to do, and this will make 6 ornaments, and this is the actual size, I guess it says. Here's the actual size, so you can see from my finger it's at least over 3 inches tall, and those are going to be little ornaments made with beads. And everything comes in here too, like the string and all that stuff. But I also saw these at Joann's before, and I don't know, the reason I get these, see, there's what it looks like in there. You get instructions. The reason I get these is because in the evening when I'm sitting around, I just can't like sit and not do something. I always have to have my hands busy making something or doing something. So I either crochet, I knit, I make things like this, and I'm also making some knit and crochet stitch holders. I'll show you those sometime. But let me get everything set out so that we can get started on this one. And my plan is I'll start putting it together and then I'll do it in like fast speed so we can get this whole thing completed. So hang on and I'll get everything set up. Okay, I've opened the box and it always gives you instructions. And the instructions kind of give you a legend about where, you know, each one of these signifies a different type of, like this one is the round amber gem, looks like that on this picture, so they're going to go around that. This one is the small bead, small gold, let me see, this one, small bead, small gold bead, and a large amber bead on a long straight pin will form the sections that have the little X right there. So it will end up looking like this. Now, another thing they tell you is to do one side at a time. Nope, not me. I'm doing them like I will glue all of them on all four sides. That's just the way I work. So it's fine. They always turn out. So there you go. It has the instructions, and it will have all your pins, the little pins, and then the longer pins. And in the longer pins, there will always be like a pearl-headed one, and then one with a hook right there at the top. And that's always the top one because that's where you put the ribbon or the string through to hang it. And they even give you string to hang it by. They've got all the ribbons that you're going to need, and here's all the beads. Now, in order to keep these things organized, I recommend getting little tiny, these are trays that you get when you do the diamond dot painting things. I like these. I will put different beads in each one of them. It helps kind of to be able to scoop them up on the needles and stuff like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize all of my supplies so that we can then get busy. Okay, I was worried that took too long, but I guess it doesn't. So, cool. I can do a bunch of this on little hyperlapse, and that way we can get through it without it being a super long video. So what I did here is I've got these little trays. I'm going to put this little glue one in there. There we go. And I sorted them, and you could see that these all came in one big bag, but I like to sort them out. See, there's the little gold balls and the medium amber beads. There's the big ones. And this one is the ones that are always just like accent ones, so I don't want to have to fish around those particularly. And then this is the bottom. This is always a bottom. It always has a little bead, little pearl ball on the end, or a little pearl drop. And then there's always a hook top bead or pin at the top so that you can hang it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my instructions out, and I'm going to see what's the first thing. And usually it is to use the ribbons and divide them. I'll put the pins over here, kind of put the things that I'm going to use the most of right there. Okay. Now the first thing it says is to divide the ball, pin one end of the gold ribbon to the top of the ornament and bring it around the ball, and then pin the end to the top and trim it, dividing the ball evenly in half. Where's the ball? Hang on. There's, oh, I think the ball fell on the floor. Okay, there it is. Hang on, I got my ball. There we go. Woo! There's the ball. And see, the ball's got like the little filament around it. Makes it nice. Then we're going to repeat it with the other piece of gold ribbon, dividing the ornament in 4 equal sections. And you can kind of see this if you're confused about what ribbon. You can see that it's the gold ribbon that goes down first, and then the sequins will go down second. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be back as soon as I speedy get that done. All right, I've got this, and I just kind of eyeball it to make sure it's in quarters, that it's divided in fourths. So it looks pretty good. And now the instructions say to pin one end of the strand of sequins. Now I know that this thin gold thread thing or cord is going to be for hanging it. Oh, I hate when they put a knot in sequins. It's such a pain. But anyway, I know that that's going to be for hanging it, so I'm just going to set that aside. But let me undo. Oh my gosh, come on. Why in the world would you tie sequins in a little knot? There we go. Okay, woo! I want to tear off my sequins. Okay. Now, these are fun. I don't know. They're just kind of a cool thing, and who knows? Maybe long after I'm gone, someone will think they're neat. I don't know. But it's neat for me to do. All right. Oh, and point. I use this glue. You can use any kind of glue, like Elmer's or whatever. And I usually use that with the pins and the beads. That's fine, just because it's really good glue. This is also another one I use, is the Scotch Create. The reason I like this one, particularly on the ribbon, is because it's clear. So oftentimes I will just squeeze some of that up and stick the needle down in it, which I might do sometimes here, depends. Or use this glue. I don't know, it depends. But sometimes I'll even have to take this and kind of put a little dollop on it to make sure a bead is being held down. But I do like this, and I like to use it for my ribbons. So now let's get the sequin ribbons on. Now we're ready for the top pin. So I've got both of these ribbons on there, and I had to go back a little bit and reinforce a couple places that are loose on there. You know, they kind of slide back and forth, because I like these to not, I want them so that they're not going to get slipped out of place or anything like when they're in storage. So now that kind of is going to dry. That glue dries actually pretty quick. So now the top center pin, which is the one with the little round doodad at the top, the little eye, it says place a small amber faceted bead, which is the small amber faceted bead. Hang on. A small amber faceted bead, not just a little seed bead. So a small amber faceted bead and a medium gold bead on the eye pen. So a medium gold bead, that's a small, this is a medium on the eye pen. I got glue all over my fingers now. Okay, there. So see how that looks? And I can look here and I can see that there's only 2 beads there. And I can also follow myself. There's a big bead in the amber faceted bead. So there it is. That's how it goes. And it says to push that into the center top of the ornament. Now on these, this is where I said I will just use my clear glue and just kind of put the pin in there and kind of go along the pin. And I suppose if you're from Mary Maxim, or if you're an old-time, long-time ornament maker, I might be making you crazy because I'm not following exactly the directions. I wing things a lot, but they always work. And I will tell you that I will always follow my canning recipes exactly, because, you know, you're not going to die from an ornament, but I always want to make sure that I'm safe that way. But sometimes I wing it on projects and, you know, cooking. All right, there it is. Now, the bottom center pin is where you take the one with the little pearl end on it. See there? This little guy right there. You take that one and you place a small amber faceted bead. So I'm going to look at that, and you can see how it's going to have a small bead and then a medium bead and then a big bead. So I'm going to put the small amber faceted bead right there. There's one. And then medium gold bead. That's the other medium gold bead. Shabam. And then the large gold bead on the long pearl pin. There's the large gold bead. That is going to hang down on the bottom of the ornament. So let me put this, a little glue on there too. See, they want you on the instructions, they say to finish it, to go back and pull all the beads out all the pins out one by one and glue them. Because that way you can make sure that you've got them aligned properly before you glue them. But not me. I'm going for it. All right, we're going to stick that right there through those 2. I'm trying to place it through the holes in these 2 sequins. It kind of will also secure them down a bit, which is kind of a good idea. Let me get it through that hole in that sequin. Oh, come on, sequin. Hang on, let me find the hole in the sequin, which is right there. There we go. All right, now that's a little crooked, so I'm going to pull it out and kind of reorganize it so that it sits straight and it looks better. I got it kind of off to the side there. So let me pull it out, stick it back in on this spot right here. Hang on, it looks scarier than it is. Trust me, this has happened before. There we go. Straighten my little beads out. Perfect. It's all good. All right, so now I have the bottom in and I have the top on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the rest of the instructions, and I'll come right back to you, and I'll get the other pins and things organized so that I can do the front. I got to turn my glue gun on. All right, now it says to pick one side to be the front, and then, which means we're also picking one to be the back. And then you can select one side to be the front, position and glue, pin or glue the amber oval amber gem to the center of this side. So that would be that. Now there's two little pin holes, but I like to glue them. So I'm going to get my little glue gun, and I'm going to eyeball the center of this side. Just put a little glue on there. I'm going to stick that amber on there. I'm going to slide it until it looks like it's in the center to me. I'm usually pretty good at eyeballing things. But if you're not, you could pin it and make sure it's in the right spot before you make it permanent with some glue. So there's that. Now I'm going to come over here on this other side. It wants you to do the whole front first, then the back, but I like to do, it's like front and back, side to side, and that way I get it done without having to repeat things. If I'm doing these amber beads, I'm doing the amber beads, just what I'm doing. So this is going to be nice, actually, because I don't think I have this color on my little tree. Okay, there's that, and there's that. And now we're moving to the front. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up, oh, and I wanted to show you, I have a little tiny bowl thing so that when it gets to where I'm actually putting a lot of beads on there, I can just put it on there like that and kind of spin it and put the beads on the sides. Genius. But now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a drink of my tea. I'm going to put my glue gun away, and I'm going to gather up the things for the front, which is select one side to be the front position. Okay, we did that. Position, pin, or glue 6 round amber gems around the oval gem as shown. Those and those, so you can see there. Oh, we can go ahead and do that. There's the 6 gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they, on this picture, you can see that they have them pinned. So I might pin them just to give them a little bit of a spot, and then I'll come back and glue them. All right, I've got those 6 on there, and they look pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift them up a little bit. I'm going to leave the pins in, but I'm going to lift them up a little bit and put the glue under them, a little hot glue, and secure them, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the other side, and I think they turned out pretty good. So I'm going to go do that right now, and then I'll take a break and get rid of my hot glue gun. All right, you may have noticed I had a little bit of a fight with my glue gun. It got too big of a goop right there, and then I realized these were small enough that I could just use the regular glue, because I like this little pokey thing on the end. It makes it a little bit directional, super easy. I haven't even used that white glue yet, which is fine. I like this glue pen. Anyway, so I've got these little guys on there, front and back, and now it says to place a seed bead and a small amber faceted bead on a short straight pin. Form 8 of these and place them around the center as shown. So that would be the little round circles. So you can see they go around there. And if I look at this picture, oh, and by the way, they will always give you a little bit extra in case you lose one or something falls out later or something. So I always keep a snack size Ziploc bag, and I put the extras in them, and I put them in here, and I store them in the box so that you know what's inside. I only have one that I threw the box away a long time ago before I realized the ornament was hanging in my window, and I should have put it in there. Anyway, so I can look and I can see the little bead right there. See, it's just a bead. So it's the little seed bead and then the regular bead, and I have to do 8 of them. So I'm going to set this over here. So I'm going to go ahead and make 8 of those for you, and then we'll come back when I'm ready to put them in the ornament. Okay, we're done. Actually I did 16 because I'm going to do both sides. Excuse me. And this is a Mary Maxim little catalog, and I will show you in there. It's pretty cool. I love all the little crochet things. Look at that. I have not ordered those. I was thinking about it, though. Super cute. Anyway, you can do all kinds of ornaments. There's all kinds of quilty things. Here's tons of those little kits with the little beaded ornaments on different kinds. See? Kind of a fun thing. But in here, crocheting, knitting, all kinds of, you know, plastic canvas stuff. I've never really done that. Oh, I probably did a long time ago, but I haven't done it in a long time. Oh, and see, there's the Ornament Club. There's where it tells about it. They have all different clubs, but I like the Ornament Club. Ooh, I'm hoping that that's next month because that's awful pretty. I don't have that color blue. Okay, so here I've got my 8, and now it wants you to position them around these that are here, and the easy way to do that is to do top, bottom, side, side, and then fill it in. So we're going to do that. And also tweezers, they are handy for grabbing your little needles once you've done your pins. Now I'm just going to put a little glue because I start out with my glue. So bad. I don't know, I'd probably make people crazy doing it the way I do it, but hey, it's my ornament. So we're going to do, and I kind of eyeball how much distance is there to make sure I can get about the same amount of distance here, because I don't want that really far, and then this is going to be too close over here. So, if that makes sense. I hope. Okay, so I'm going to get the first 4 done, and then I'll put it into speedy mode, because I'm sure that you guys don't need to watch me do this. Although, there are some people that dig it. They like to watch people work. But I think I'm a little bit boring that way. So you can take it, when you got glue on there, you can take it in and out a few times to make sure you've got it positioned correctly. Which is what I do. I just give it a try. Now I'm going to put this out to the side. Do you see how I'm doing the 4? The other 4 are going there? There is some weird noise outside. It sounds like, I don't know, like a banging noise. But I don't know what it is. It's weird. Maybe they're cleaning up across the street. They're cutting down a bunch of bushes, which is nice, Angie. If you're watching, it's going to be great. Because my neighbor across the street can see the whole front of my house now when the bushes are gone. And that's kind of a nice security. See that? So one more. Oh, I did those 4. Let's finish this whole side, and then we'll go over to the other side. And so see how I've got top, bottom, side, side. Now this is just going to go in between these 2 beads, kind of at the same distance. See there? See how that goes? This bead fell over. I don't want to lose my little beads. So I use my... this one right here, and that one probably needs to come up a smidge so I can eyeball it and they look a little bit more even. Now that one was down a little bit further. Don't want that. Let me get this on here. So I will sit and do these. Before we were retired, Brian used to work and he wouldn't get home until like 10:30, so I would sit and do these in the evening, watch like my shows, like different shows that I would watch. Or oftentimes I will just sit down and do these. I have a little TV tray that I sit by my chair and I do these in the evening. It's just kind of a no-brainer that you don't really have to work that hard to do. It's easy to do. It doesn't take up a lot of space to do it, and it's kind of fun. So this is my thing. All right, so see how I did those 8? And now I'm going to put it in speedy mode and go over and do the other side. Now I've got the front and back, and you know what I just noticed? I don't know why I didn't notice this before, but that gold, which is usually this little fiber, this little cord, it was really long, and it's usually there to hang, you know, to put the loop on the top. But I noticed it's actually going to go around 4 main beads, so that's kind of neat. I've never had one that did that, so that's going to be fun. Okay, now. We did that. We did the 6 little beads around the center. And now it says we're going to do the ones with the little circle with the little dot. So I always look at that and say, okay, there's going to be 3 circles, 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So then I'll double check. There's those 3 and there's those 3. And then looks like there's going to be some different ones out to the side, and that's what that cord is going to connect to. Cool. Okay. So here, let me put my little thing over here. I use these little trays to put the pins with the beads on them sometimes. Okay, so place a seed bead, a small amber bead, a small gold bead, and a large amber bead on a long straight pin. So a lot of beads here. And I'm going to have to form I'm going to form 6 of these. And then 3 are going to go up here and 3 are going to go down there. So I'm going to put these together. So it says what? I got the long pin, so a seed bead. Those always keep the other beads that have bigger holes in them from falling over the top of the pin. A seed bead, a small amber bead, there you go. Small gold bead. Ooh, good, we're finally getting into the small gold beads. Look at the glue all over my fingers. And a large amber bead on a long pin. So that, I'm double checking, and yeah, I can see the 3 beads right there. So I'm going to make 6 of these. So 1, okay, let's just do them. These aren't going to take that long, so I won't do speedy. I don't know. I think hyperlapse is kind of cool because that way you can see what I'm doing without having to sit around forever. Oops, I forgot the big bead. Without having to sit around and get bored watching it. This way you can see the whole process without it taking all the time, because I know you guys are busy. We're all busy. Which I'm always thinking about other things to do, and I have like a list of projects. I'm going to make some, I found some fabric my mom had. Let me show you. This fabric, isn't that cute? Well, I'm going to do Christmas. I've got a Christmas cookie collaboration to do, and I want to put them, you know, with something covering them. So I'm actually going to make like a bowl cover that's got a holiday theme, because I think that's kind of nice to set out with snacks or cookies or something and have them covered on the counter. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did that one wrong. Did it wrong. Don't need that one on there yet. Yeah, you did. This is the one I did wrong. Oh my. See? Talking, not paying attention. Okay, you got to put the little bead, the small bead, the gold bead, and then the big bead. I forgot the small amber bead on that one. There we go. There we go. This one I forgot the small bead. Alright, so I'm going to make these. I've got to pay attention. Anyway, I'm going to make those bowl covers. I want to do that. And then I wanted to show you guys a thing that my friend Linda, she and I are doing. We've been doing these journals, and I made one. It's kind of cute. So in a second, I'll show you what that one's like. All right. Imagine if you had to watch me put all of these together like this. This video would be 4 hours long. 4, 5, 6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll finish these, and then I'll put it in speedy filming, and then I will finish the rest and put them on the ball to finish it. This is actually, I hope that one I showed you in the magazine is next month, because I really like that color blue. I think they're pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 for that one side. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 6 and then put them in, and I'm going to put 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 on both sides, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got this done now, and now it tells me I'm going to do these ones that have the circle with the X, because I've done all the things. And it says place a seed bead, a small gold bead, and a large amber bead on a long straight pin, and we're going to make 2 of those because they go, actually we'll make 4 because they go 2 on either side. So I'm going to make 4 of those, and then we'll put them in. I got 4 of these. Okay, so what is it? A seed bead, a small gold bead, and a large amber bead. We need to make 2 for each side of the ornament. Now see, what I'm telling you here is at the very end of doing this, it says now go repeat all those steps again on the other side. I don't like starting from scratch, you know, basically. So that's why I do them both sides at the same time. Kind of, I don't know. I would hate to have to start from scratch over on the other side. And I think that when I do both sides together at the same time, I can kind of eyeball both sides. Like as I'm doing it, I don't know, to make sure that they're kind of similar. Might not be exactly the same, but they're similar enough. Small gold bead, a large amber bead. We'll make one more for the other side. You get enough glue on your fingers, your pliers, or your little things really help. Because you get glue on your fingers and then you can't pick things up. Okay. Now it says, form 2 of these and place one on each side of the center as shown, which would be boop, boop, there and there. So I'm going to bring this over here. I think you guys can see. And we're going to put one on either side of the center. And then apparently this is where that cord is going to go. I'm super excited about that because I've never done one of those before. Okay, put that there. And sometimes you don't have it perfectly right, like it'll be a little bit off. It's not the end of the world. It's just a craft, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, we're going to do the other side. It's just a craft. And you can't make everything handmade perfect. So I'm okay with it if it's a little off kilter because I made it. Made it by hand. Not that much of a perfectionist. I mean, I don't want to not put my effort into it, but hey, it's not perfect. No one's going to die. All right, so I've got those in there. They kind of stick out over the ribbon, see? Doo-doo. Okay, now let's read the instructions for the next part. Repeat 4A through 4E on the back side of the ornament. Well, we just did that. So now the gold cord trim. Form a knot in one end of the thin gold cord. Remove the top, that pin. Uh-oh, I'm just going to have to do it. And push the pin through the knot. Now bring the cord down to a side pin that I just made, and then to the bottom pin and up, and then back to that other top pin. Form a tight knot around the top pin and trim away the excess cord. Okay. I'm going to make a knot. I'm just going to make me a wee knot, and apparently I'm going to have to go do that on the other side too. And we will trim it super close. I'm going to make it double knot. Okay. Now, oops, I should have pre-read my directions. I wouldn't have glued this little push pin. Which pin is it saying? The one, this one. This one. And then it goes, okay. Oh, that comes out fine. The glue's not dried yet. And then now I am going to put some more glue on there, though. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on there because now it's like really going to hold it. And I can see the hole where it came out, so I'm going to put it a little bit different. All right, so there. And now I'm going to bring it around there, down around this guy again. And I want to make sure, actually, I wonder if I make it go around the pin, it will. Oh, that's good. See how I'm making my own rules here, because I make it go around the pin and then it stays on there nice. It's kind of, I got more control of it. Let me put a little glue on that. Oh, maybe I didn't glue those. Thought I did. Okay. Let me wrap this around this pin just to give it that extra grab on so it holds better. And there's times where I will go around after I'm completely done and just put a little shot of glue under the pins. And now I'm going to come here and make a knot around this one, and this is going to take a second. So let me knot this. Come on. Make a little loop here to pull it tight with a little glue on it. All right, Make it go with that pin. There we go. Push that pin in. Ooh, go in there. Perfect. Not perfect. Let me get that glue in there. See, sometimes you struggle. But I'm going to go ahead and make a knot around this little pin first. Ooh, I hate that this is like so hard to deal with. Hang on. I'm going to make a little circle around here. And then we'll be done. Perfect. Kind of make a double knot, and then I'm going to go back in with some glue and secure that pin. Get off of that pin. My finger over the top of that. Pull that little knot tight around the top of that little pin. Man, this is kind of a pain. I've never had this. Don't like it. Okay. It's going to look great, though. All right, now I'm going to pull that tight, tight, tight. And then go with my little snippers, trim the end of that. I'm going to clean that up a bit with some glue. Get that in there. Oh, I am not a fan of adding this cord on here. I'm going to have to go back after it's dry and cut that little snip off because I've got to let that pin secure. All right, now I'm going to go do it to the other side. All right, I finished that. I am not a fan of that. In fact, I don't know that I would do that on another one. That just is a pain to get it on there correctly. But anyway, it's done. And I did have to reinforce where I tied them on with some more glue. I just squirted some glue around there. That should help keep it stay in there. Now, yay, that's done. Woohoo! Now, place a seed bead, small gold bead, and a large amber bead on long straight pin. Form 2 of these and place one on each side of the center as shown. I did. Okay, gold trim, did it. Now, sides A, form 4 more of the dot. It says form 4 more of those pins, and those were the seed bead, the small amber bead, the small gold bead, and the large amber bead. So I'm going to, it says 4, so I'm going to make 8 of them. Because it says, what does it say? Give me 8 of these things. Here's one. And it says sides form, which is those, place a seed bead, make one, a small amber bead, a small gold bead, and a large amber bead on a long straight pin. So now it says I need to make place 2 at the opposite side of the center bottom of the shot. Okay, so I need 4 of those. I actually need to make 8 so I can see how there's going to be 2 up here and 2 down there on the sides. So I'm going to make 8 of these and then I will come back. I've got my 8 pins made, and now I'm supposed to put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom of the side. And I want to look because it also has these 5 beads in between. So I kind of want to make sure that I'm going to leave enough space for all 5 of those to be nicely placed. So I'm going to kind of eyeball where the center is and then visualize 2 beads on either side of it before I put the other 2. So if I look at the center is about there. And if I put 2 beads, then the other 2 are going to go like right about here. So I hope you guys understand what I just did. So I'm going to, I don't want to like mess it up. So I might actually take a couple of beads and put them in, or a pin and put it in the center. So let me do that. So if I was to have these beads, let me just gauge where I'm going to have them. Oh, see, you got to have a seed bead in there. So if that's the center, that's the center. I'm just kind of putting them in there. I'm going to pretend, and then there's 1, 2. If I do that like there, this kind of just gives me an idea of where to put those other beads. So another one would go in the center there. I can visualize that another one would be in the center, see? So then this is going to be about an inch further down. Okay. And there will be one in the center. This just helps me kind of eyeball where those other two go. So see, I've got those placed, and one will go here and one will go here, and this actually should probably come down a wee bit. Make it even. That's just how I do it. I'm sure there's people that will actually measure it. So it's like, now Brian would be a measuring guy. Everything has to be 100% accurate with him. Not with me. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I'm going to put this in here. So there's those two. And see, so now I know I'm going to have room for those other 5. Woohoo, this is exciting because I'm almost done with it. Now, if I had not done the speedy stuff, this takes about an hour. So this would be a long video. So I did the speedy stuff for you. So you didn't have to watch it for an hour. Okay. There's those. Now I'm going to move these over to the other side. Kind of give me an eyeball on that side now. If I look at the centers about right there. And if I put one of these guys like right there with one in between. And then if I put another one here. Sometimes I will do this. Just to give me an idea. Center it. Yeah, looks about right. Yeah, that looks about right. So now I can put these in. And then all we have to do is finish those 5 more the pins that have the one that have the X in the circle. That design. And then put the little cord on the top, and we are done with an ornament. And I'm excited. I was actually looking, there are some more arms. The tree that I have will go up to 12 ornaments on it. So I need to find the other arm for it so that I can put this one on there and set that in that table. It's kind of pretty and it's kind of pretty if you just have a little light on it and it spins around. It's really pretty. I have a little string of Christmas lights under it on the like little battery operated ones, you know, that are kind of on the little skirt. Dang it, I want that straight. There we are. It's kind of on that little Christmas tree skirt underneath this, and it kind of sparkles a little bit. It's kind of cute. I like it. And then I think what I'm going to do, I did a short on my Christmas village, and I think I might take you for a little visit of my village. Okay, there. Now, these ones we can put away, and now I've got to make 10 of the, Now it says to make 5 more pins, and this is 5 for each side, so I need to make 10 of the ones that have the X in them, and that is the ones that are on either side here. Toot, toot. So that is, let's make 5 more pins as you did. So it's a seed bead, a small gold bead, and a large amber bead. So I'm going to put those together, and I will be back. Well, I'm down to my last 2. I didn't think you'd want to watch me do all 10 of these. So I've got my last 2. Now what I'm going to do, you can see that they leave you quite a bit of extra stuff. So like I said, I'm going to get my a little snack size zip top bag, put all of these with the instructions in it in here. And if you ever wanted to duplicate, like if you really liked this one, you could probably take the instructions and the beads to a craft store and buy the beads in different colors. You know, like I could make this out of a blue if I wanted to. So now, where'd my green thread go? There it is. Oh, boy, I knew I had it. I'm going to put this through the top right here. Oops. And now, because I put that one bead in the top in the very beginning with some glue, it is already dried, and I'm going to make this little loop around here, and there you have it. This is the ornament for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make it. I didn't like the cord. I don't like this cord. I don't like putting that on there. It just was a pain. But it is a pretty ornament. I think it looks awful nice, and I'm going to go add it to my tree of beaded ornaments. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.